Giving you breaks as well now. Can't be bad.
Told you things were looking up, didn't I?
Yeah, I hope so. Oh, I phoned the bank this morning. The equity for the B&B should be through for you in a day or two.
Well, I should have phoned you sooner than I did, eh?
Well, it's what parents are supposed to do. It's nice to have the opportunity.
Not that everybody sees it like that.
You did right, love. They all said so. Better to be safe than sorry.
Correct. Now, get one of them butchies down, yeah? And keep over-minding him.
I'm just so worried about Samson. I didn't want to put you all through it, Mel.
Should have worried about that before you started freaking out then, shouldn't you?
Babies get you like that.
Hey, don't start lecturing me about babies, Dr. Zeus. You're nobody better with Sarah than me.
Let's not go down that road again, eh?
Maybe I could ask Mr. Pollard to let me have a few less hours, then I could, you know, do more.
No harm in asking, Sam. He's a prat, but he's human.
Oh,
Hey,
what? Eh?
Yeah, aye, all right. Still, give it a go, eh? You look shattered, love.
Yeah, if there's anything, like, that you need doing in the night, just, like, wake me up.
Last time I said that to a woman, I got a slap.
What's that supposed to be?
An excuse to avoid work, which is why it's coming in here.
The quality of my teas and coffees has never been questioned that I'm aware of.
Save you the mother now, this. I'm not kidding. Every time I call in at that site, they're sitting about sipping Earl Greys and decaf cappuccinos like a set of mincing puffs. Well, not anymore.
I am not sure that it is legal to deprive a workforce of its designated tea break. I shall be sticking to the kettle if you don't mind, on principle.
What? Solidarity with that bunch of skivers up there?
That, and because there is no machine on God's green earth that can make a cup of tea like I can, and I am not willing to argue the point.
I don't care, Adam, regardless of what you say. Now you know about that injunction, is all the more reason you should be going to the police.
I still think you had no business snooping around the pair of you without asking me first. My dad might be under his spell, but it won't last. I know Terence.
We should have told you before we went to see her.
I needed a lift and you needed to know.
Going to the police will get us nowhere.
I've said this.
I still say you're wrong.
So there's a court order keeping him away from his missus. So what? It's different circumstances, different time. These days it's hardly rare, is it? It'll still be his word against mine. And let's not forget my medical history.
Yeah, but look what he's doing to you. I mean, how ridiculous is this for a start? Adam having to escort you to the shop. No, the likes of your Terence get a thrill out of destroying other people's lives. Unless you stop them.
No police. I don't want it. I don't think my dad could take it. Now, just leave it, will you?
Ah, Tom, I'm glad I caught you. I thought perhaps you weren't coming in.
I must be getting predictable in my old age. Small scotch for me, please, Diane. Alan?
No, not for me, thanks. I just wanted to show you the ad for the stables has gone in the courier.
Oh,
What's this? Home Farm Leisure Centre?
never know, love. It's a start. Once we get them flocking up to them stables. Golf course, fairground.
Sincerely, I hope you're joking.
One step at a time, eh? Cheers.
I need to be going.
You can avoid me as much as you like, lad, but don't say you weren't warned. That's if you ever get your silly head out of your backside.
Am I missing something?
Not really. I know somebody who is.
I know what happens, but it's still a sickener.
I'll ask around, find out if anybody's seen any dogs roaming about. Most likely, it's just caught something and given up. Paddy'll know once he's had a look.
Won't be a bad excuse for getting me out of this thing tonight, would it? Sorry I can't come to school. My sheep's died. I ate my homework.
You'll survive.
What am I doing going to a parents' evening?
Your job. Now you know how I felt.
Everything all right at work?
Apart from Jimmy King having a bit of a snap over a tea machine, it's great.
You getting on with everybody?
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, I'm a bit paranoid about them all having it in for you, that's all.
Like who, apart from the obvious?
Oh, well, Betty told me that there's an injunction that you're not meant to go anywhere near Janice.
What has it got to do with Betty? And apart from that, what is she doing poking her nose in the first place? The poisonous old cow.
It's true, though, isn't it?
Dad, me and Janice could row for England. That, on top of the drink, I wasn't fit to go near anybody.
Did you hit her?
No. I mean, well, she might say I did. But the only time I ever raised my hands to her was to fight her off. It got a bit nasty, fair enough. I'm no angel, we all know that. But neither is Janice, not by a long chalk.
Well, they're also quick to condemn.
I should have told you sooner, but... well, it's no big deal to me, so no reason why it should be to you either.
Is this true? You've taken the brewing machine out of the cabin?
What does that look like?
Well, get it unplugged again then, you dozy pillock.
Language?
And get it back to the yard. I've got 24 blokes up there who down tools while they wait for their union to get back with a directive.
I did say.
There was hardly any work going on for all the tea they were drinking.
Well, there's even less now. I mean, how thick are you sometimes? Have you got nothing better to do?
You're the boss. Your wish is my command.
Good, and get it back to the site now.
I don't wish to interfere, but...
Well, don't then.
I did say...
Yeah, well, just don't say any more, all right?
Right, since we've finished eating and there's no more resting on, I suggest we do what civilised folk the world over do on such occasions.
What?
Go down the pub and get rubberised.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
Hey, hang on, what about Alice?
She doesn't need a drink, she's bark enough as it is.
Oh, we're staying in cos of me.
No, that's why they invented cans, love. You're right, Lisa. We're stopping him.
Blimey. What's come over you lot? Have you been spiking the butties, Lisa?
What we should do, hey, is something constructive.
Yeah, so get to the fridge and get them cans out.
Oh.
If we're staying in for Samson, we should do something for him. I don't know, make something.
Like a car.
Lisa's a bit young yet, love. Well, if you're all that keen, I might have just the thing.
Well, I'm all for it, as long as I've got one hand free for supping.
Give us 10 minutes.
Are we going to do this all day?
I wasn't aware we were doing anything.
Exactly. That's the point. We're not even speaking. And there's a big Terrence-shaped cloud hanging over us while we're not doing it.
I was thinking about my father, if you must know.
Steph, you insist he still cares about you, and I don't know. Maybe he'll come round eventually, but maybe Betty's right.
No police.
I know you've already said that, but...
And I'm saying it again.
I'd better get back to work.
Going interfering in somebody else's business again, are you? You deaf? You're just plain ignorant.
I'm going into Hotton, thank you. And I'd rather not talk to you, if you don't mind.
No. But you don't mind talking about me, do you? You nosy old bitch.
Just go away and leave me alone.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll leave you alone for now. But if I hear another word about you poking your nose in my affairs, either from my dad or from anyone else, you might find yourself getting a little home visit just when you're not expecting it. And you know how you old fogies are prone to falling over every 2 minutes.
Don't you go threatening me, lad. I'm not frightened of the likes of you.
Oh, but I think you are, Betty. And so you should be. After all, according to you, I'm not a very nice person, am I? You never know what I might do next. Oh, and, don't go making up any daft stories about me having a go at you. Everybody knows that you've got it in for me. Besides, I never even saw you. You have a nice day.
You know, you were saying before, Paddy should have a look at that sheep.
Oh, I don't know what I must have been thinking. The vet's call out for one dead sheep's more than the sheep's worth in the first place. I just keep an eye on it. There's not much else you can do.
Vet's bills are killing me as it is. That and having to sit through a parents' evening.
Oh, will you give over going on? Honestly, it's like a condemned man.
You might be pleasantly surprised. I went about Albanese once. I didn't recognise who they were on about.
This is Daz we're talking about. I won't mind, but I've got to take him with me.
Oh, go on. Go and get your best ribbon tucker on. You might as well look the part.
Tell you what, why don't you two go and I stop here?
No.
I know. You could write me a note. Andy was unable to attend.
No.
Hello? I need to talk to the police.
It's 5:30.
You know, I think that's great, Edna. Our very own speaking clock.
Well, you may not have a finishing time, but I do. And I'm still not happy with these later hours. Besides, I've got flowers to arrange.
What? 2,000 years of organised religion will come to a grinding halt if you don't shift a bunch of wilting daffs.
Everything back to normal.
Oh, I do hope they've learnt the lesson.
Hey, they needed a kick up the backside. They've had one, all right.
You do realise that once again, you have just brought in half a ton of mud from that building site. Now, how many times?
Oh, give it a rest, Edna, will you?
Well, I shan't be clearing it up.
Though we'll be dry by morning.
Then one of you two can sweep it up, can't you? Good night.
She has got to go.
James, you're talking about the public aspect of King & Sons. The friendly interface between us and the customer.
You are happy putting up with that?
I think we might have to lay her off for health reasons, to be honest. If she carries on, I might end up strangling the old bat myself.
I'm not sorry, no way, not for a gold clock.
We won't tell anyone, honest.
Not even for Samson?
Not even for Samson and Delilah combined. I seem to remember that film ended up with folk getting dodgy haircuts and big buildings collapsing on the red, so I'll see you in pub.
Hey, hang on, I'm coming with you.
Hey, whoa, stop where you are, you.
I'll teach Uncle Shadrach. You never know, he must be good at something.
Get the cans out, Sam. Come on, Shad, as a man's got to do.
I know what he's told.
Right, the less you try and match it up, the better it'll look.
Hey, that's what Viv Hope says when she's getting dressed.
Yeah, you see, what this is, we are creating a family heirloom here. This will be part of Dingle history in years to come.
Shut up! I've heard it all.
He's just jealous.
Yeah, it's not wrong with being in touch with your feminine side.
Yeah, I won't go that far, son.
Thanks for doing this.
Didn't think it'd cause any harm for a change.
Doing me a lot of good, I tell you that.
Wait till I've shown you.
Would you like to tell us what's happened, Mrs. Eggleton?
He came up to me in the bus shelter and he made sure that nobody had seen him. And he said he was going to do something. Oh, I don't know. Like me having an accident if I didn't mind my own business.
About what exactly?
About him threatening Steph over messing about with her when she was a kid and not saying anything. And then there was the court order against him to keep clear of his ex-wife, but he never told anyone about that.
Well, hang on a minute. Do you want to start from the beginning? Just slow down a bit. Now, this Mr. Turner's a neighbour, is he?
Are you sure I can't make you a cup of tea?
If you're having one.
I've become a connoisseur of mineral water. One taste, I can tell you if it's French, Italian, Welsh, tap.
Well, as long as you're happy with it.
Didn't say that.
Oh, Tom, we had a few inquiries already. The ad's only been in a day.
Really? What have they said?
Well, they want to know how we book and what the facilities are like, who's doing the riding instruction, all that sort of thing. We must have had 8 or 9 calls so far.
Might have to get you a secretary. I'll get you a drink, Alan. Terence?
Just a mineral water, thanks.
Well, I can manage a few phone calls.
Well, not if you want to stay part-time. There'll be admin, paperwork, all sorts. You don't want to be mithering with that sort of thing. Oh, Diane, 2 single malt and a soda water for Terence.
Mineral, thanks.
Coming up.
Better off getting a woman in for that kind of thing.
Don't worry. I've already got someone in mind.
Give it a few years, and at this rate, it'll be Turner and Son, never mind King and Sons.
Beats a shelter in Hull, I'll tell you that.
Is everything all right?
Terence is threatening that he's going to do me some harm because we went to see his ex-wife. He reckons I could end up having an accident.
Look, I know you think we've got no choice but to go to the police. But I really would rather not.
Too late. I've already had them round.
What's been said?
Well, they wanted to know why he was having a go at me. I had to tell them.
About Terence and me?
Yeah, well, I couldn't not, could I? I mean, that's where it's all coming from. You are going to have to stand by her in this. It's the only way. Listen, love. They can look into my complaint, but they can't look into yours.
I haven't made a complaint.
Unless you make it yourself. The chances are, if it's only me, your Terence will get away with it. With you. And what that Janice can tell them, you'll be shot of him. We all will.
There's no to it, this, once you get going.
Well, I'll get Eric to find you a job then.
Hey, the dingo quilt will become a legend. Like that, what's it, the Golden Fleece. Hey.
You used to drink there.
You still awake?
I wouldn't be mad at me would stop jabbing me with that needle.
Only because you won't give me any of your beer.
Is it me? Has someone had a little accident? No?
Hey, don't look at me.
It's over to our resident nappy changing expert.
I'll do it.
Hang on. It might still be your Uncle Shadrach.
Oh, go, you won't carry on.
No, come on. Give him here. Let's me and you show them all how it's done. Eh?
What time do you call this?
I told you I was playing football.
Not till after it got dark.
There were no buses.
You could have rung me.
Well, I could have if I topped up my phone, but he hadn't because I had no money.
Well, all very convenient if you want to avoid going back to school for parents' evening.
It's probably too late now anyway.
Well, it's not. But it'd mean going in, apologising to everybody and making it more of an embarrassment than it already is.
It's me who's getting the E's and the F's, not you. And what can he eat?
And it's me who's going to have to explain it.
What's to explain? I'm thick.
You're not thick. Got more brains than I had at your age. I know that. You just don't want to use it, that's all.
I want to be a farmer.
Oh, well, thanks very much. Brain's not a qualification.
Do you really want to talk to a bunch of smug teachers all night and come out thinking they know more about everything than you ever will? Because that's what it's like. I mean, try getting my RE teacher up here to deliver a lamb. He wouldn't know which end to start looking.
There's no tea in.
Oh, Chippy, then. You're dressed for going out anyway.
I have been worried about you, you know.
Surprised and daft I have been lately.
I don't mean all these drugs and that. I know you've been really poorly. And I know you've been trying not to make a big deal of it.
I don't like putting on folk if there's no need, you know that.
Yeah, but this is me. That's my job. My proper job. Not working for Mr. Pollard. looking after you and Samson.
I'm sorry.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to me, Alice. I feel like a proper bloke.
A lot more than that to me, Sam, a lot more.
Now then, how's about that then, eh? Come on, you. Come and give your mum a big kiss.
Ooh, him first. And then you.
You're doing the right thing, love. Believe me.
You know that after this there's no going back, don't you?